Hey y'all, it's Alex from You Should Craft, and today I'll show you how to make a square using corner to corner crochet. Alright, so in order to corner crochet, you'll need yarn and a hook. I'm using an H 5mm hook and a cotton worsted weight yarn. You will also need scissors and a tapestry needle for when you're done, just to weave in your ends. So like most crocheting, you're going to start with a slip knot and a chain. This is actually going to be a really short chain though. I'm going to chain 5, but you might also see people chain 6. It just depends on how many chains you like to use when you're double crocheting. So if you turn a row and you do 3 chains, then you should have 6 starting chains. I like to start with 2 chains though, so I'm just going to do 2, and then I'll have these 3 extras. So I've got 5. But again, if when you're double crocheting you turn and you chain 3, then you're going to want to do 6 starting chains. But I've done 5 because I like that better. So now I'm just double crocheting. So I put my first double crochet, here I'll show you again. I put my first double crochet in the third stitch from my hook. So here's 1, 2, 3. If you had started with 6 though, you would be putting it in the 4th chain. Oops. So now I've double crocheted across. So we'll count this chain 2 at the beginning as a double crochet, and then I have 3 actual double crochets. So we've got 4, and this is our first little corner to corner crochet square. So now I'm going to chain 5 again. And again, if you like to start your double crochets with a chain 3, you'll just add an extra. So now just like before, I'll double crochet into the 3rd chain from my hook. And then double crochet across. So I'll have a total of 4 double crochets. That's starting chain plus 3 regular double crochets. And then now you kind of turn this and you'll insert your hook into the chain from the first square. So again, you kind of turn it, insert your hook, and you're going to join to that chain 2 with a slip stitch. And now I'll chain 2 and I'll double crochet 3 into this space. And this situation that we've been doing is called an increase. So that's where you chain 5 or 6 to start. Again, I'm doing 5. There's 4, 5. And that's because each row will have 1 more square than what you started with. So I'm going to have 3 in this next row. And you can keep going forever. So now I've got my first square, and I'm going to join to the previous row with a slip stitch in this chain 2 spot. And now I chain 2 of my own put 3 double crochets here. Here's one. Oops. Two, 3. And then I've got my next square. And so now I join to that chain 2 from the previous row again. And another slip stitch. Now I'm chaining 2, yarn over, insert your hook. Oops. And then these are my 3 double crochets again. So we did a couple rows where we increased, but let's decrease. So this will create a little square for us. So in order to do this, you'll turn your work, you will slip stitch across. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 slip stitches. And now you're set up to put 1 square here and 1 square here. So just like for the squares when we were increasing, you'll start with a chain 2 and then you'll do 3 double crochets. So the only part that's different is that instead of doing a starting chain 5 or 6, you're just going to slip stitch 4. And that just gets you to the right spot. So that you can start making your little squares again. So now I've joined with a slip stitch, I've chained 2, I'm going to double crochet 3, and now I'll join up here with a slip stitch, and then remember we're not increasing. So you'll turn your work and you'll slip stitch across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this row is only going to have 1 of these little squares that we're making. So chain 2 and then put in 3 double crochets. And then join with a slip stitch. And I find that it looks cleaner if you slip stitch across the top of this one, even though we don't have another row left. So here's 2, 3, and my 4 slip stitches. So now I will trim, pull it out, and then I kind of even it out a little bit. And that's it. If you were making, like if you were using these squares to make a blanket or something, you'd probably want to block them. I found that sometimes when you're making a lot of corner to corner squares, they can be a little bit like wonky shaped. And blocking will just help give them a consistent size. But that's it. That's how you make a corner to corner square using crochet. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and head to the youshouldcraft.com blog to find more free patterns and tutorials.